What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome on back to Dragon Age Inquisition. As always, if you're new here or haven't yet, please do subscribe, leave a like and a comment, and if you want to catch up on the rest of the Let's Plays so far, go ahead and check the description below. I'll have the whole series down there in order for everybody. So it has been about a week since I played, because of the heat wave. It's just been, like, too hot for me to be in my gaming room, so I really don't remember what we were doing, so hopefully... by reading the war table missions that I got done, it'll kind of give me a hint as to what the hell I was doing here. So, measure veil strength. Inquisitor, the experiment was a success, and these readings are remarkable. By overlaying the relative strength of the veil over maps of Olay and Ferelden, I have extrapolated points where small rifts are more likely to develop. This should let us deploy Inquisition forces more wisely while still protecting people who would otherwise be threatened by demons. In addition, I have located one node of possible interest in the hinterlands, a very large rift that is not yet opened. It may be worth investigating the area. Solus. We got 120 influence for that, so he came through for us there. Other herbs. Oh, this would be fun. Red Templars on the Storm Coast. This would be a good thing to do to get back into the swing of it, actually. And it'll give us access to the dragon inside the Storm Coast as well. What else did we have mission-wise? Gather metals, that was just... I just threw somebody on that, I guess, to pass the time. A friend in Carinus. My Lord Inquisitor, considerable as your support has been, I am saddened to report my motion died on the Senate floor, although I am hardly surprised. My fellows in the Magisterium don't enjoy the thought of having their freedom limited in any fashion. That was, however, hardly the point of the motion. It was a statement that needed to be made, and your support allowed me to make it far louder and clearer than I ever would have on my own. So I thank you. With any luck, this will draw support from those who feel as I do. It will also draw fire from venatory cultists still in the shadows, but I say, let them come. I will not back down in the face of such fools. I'm sending along a few things which I hope will aid your efforts, and we'll see what more I can drum up. Give my love to Dorian. The poor boy is such a hot house orchid. He must be wilting in the cold. Magister Maevaris Talani. Maevaris Talani, I'm pretty sure, is the Magister inside Veilguard that helps us with some stuff. I'm pretty sure that's who that is. Because the Tevinter Resistance is the Shadow Dragons, I think, and that's the main faction we end up helping in Veilguard. Let's see. Deal with the angry Vargas. Commander, the situation is improving here at Griffinwing. Water source is secured and most things are under control. However, our activities in the desert have destroyed some Vargas nests, which has riled them up and desperate. Now they are attacking caravans on the main road. Scavenging from our provisions makes it hard to get supplies in for the soldiers. Any advice? The Vargas situation is partly our fault. Yeah, so Liliana wants to lead them somewhere where they can establish new, and Cullen wants us to just smoke them. See, I'm trying to be super picky here because there's a lot of little things that I want to tie off, so let's see what Marvin is. We have received word that Marvin the Under has made good on your judgment of armed exile in Tevinter. He and his clan immediately staked a claim to a large section of land along the Imperial Highway, at the edge of the Silent Plains. It is inhospitable and vacant, and they claim they are not interested in banditry or actively threatening anyone. Beyond, of course, suddenly declaring that they now live within Imperium borders. Our Tevinter contacts say their relocation has caused significant concern among the Magisters. That was my intended slight, so I'm glad. If you simply want them present to unnerve Tevinter, it is possible to keep Marvin's clan supplied without explicit ties to us. Yep, go ahead and do that. Make sure they're well armed and capable of stirring up trouble there. And then if no blowback is going to come on us, then it's perfect, right? So we have Exalted Plains, Emerald Graves, and Emprise de Leon to work with as well. And then this is the Warden Fortress. Have Sabaris lead against demons. What were my options here? I wanted Liliana for this too. The problem I tend to run in with a lot in this game is that I want to send the same agent for multiple missions at once, which is why I end up with like odds and ends left where I want to send Liliana on all of them. That's how stuff like that happens. Celebrate the dragon slaying. Word has spread about the dragon the Inquisitor killed. A note passed on by Josephine. Tell me you sent soldiers to collect the grisly remains. We have nobles clamoring to see the heads up close. I should have anticipated this. Gawking is for peasants, but it becomes civilized when done with a glass of wine in one hand and a fan in the other. and another from Ferelden, signed Heron. Ho ho, Heron. My associate Wade is known throughout Thedas for his talent at capturing the glory of the Draconic in the armor he makes. The scarcity of dragon scale means that Wade is all too rarely afforded the chance to work in his chosen medium. But here's a solution. Wade shares his expertise with the Inquisition in exchange for the dragon materials collected so far. Wade and Heron are troublesome, but Wade's talent is undeniable. Send them whatever dragon materials we aren't using ourselves, or let us set up the trophies you've collected and put out the word. We are celebrating our dragon slayer. Fascinated nobles will do anything for an invitation. I would like to... See, I'm concerned about this because I don't know if it actually will yoink the dragon materials out of my inventory. Because I'm going to use those to craft, and you need quite a lot of them. So, ordinarily, I would love to send this to Ho-Ho, Heron, and Wade to give Heron some more mental breakdowns like our hero Ferelden did, but I don't want him to steal my dragon materials if it's going to take a bunch of them. So I think I might just let the nobles come and gawk at me.
At your service.
Entertain the nobility, right? Maybe we'll get some gold out of it. Right. Let us do the Red Templars on the Storm Coast. This is the locked door we ran into a decent amount of time ago, actually. I walked up to the door on the Storm Coast and I was like, we'll come back later. Well, this is what we're coming back later for. This gives us access to the Red Lyrium we got to break for Varric, and it gives us access to the Dragon Fight for the Storm Coast, so... Reports indicate that Red Templars have taken over an old dwarven port on the Storm Coast, granting them a foothold in Ferelden, as well as easy access to the Waking Sea. The port itself provides a strong defense from outside attack. A full assault by our soldiers might eventually yield results, but not without high casualties. A smaller group may have better luck infiltrating their stronghold. We do not want to draw attention too soon. My agents will find a way to enter the stronghold without alerting the Red Templars. Small initial attacks could secure the surrounding area and distract the Templars from our larger plan. Let's send our spies. If we can get the door open without alerting them, then we can, in theory, just walk right in. Our agents have acquired access to the Red Templars' foothold on the Storm Coast. The Templars feel themselves secure. It's time to prove them wrong. Liliana. We'll just go ahead and hop right there. So let's take Cassandra, Vivian, and Solus. I don't want any Templars walking around as a spirit stopping me from looting them or dragging the fight on. If we have time when we clear the Red Templars, I might also just throw in the Storm Coast Dragon fight. Because he won't take that long to kill, given our new build.
Cannot allow the Red Templars to maintain a foothold here.
Oh, when I clicked Venture Forth, I had automatically assumed you would take me to the closest camp. Thanks for that game. I guess I'll shoot over real quick. Cassandra has a level up, but I'll worry about that later. Save me looking through it right now, trying to figure out. You have really short legs, or you're clipping. There you go. The door is open. Let's go say hello to our neighbors. We got like 4 pieces of red lyrium to find in here, I think.
Red lyrium. Charge.
Not in here, there isn't. Yeah, it's not these boats. It's all the way through the other side of this. You'll get a little rowboat you can take out to where the dragon flew off to. But you can see how the Templars got here. They just beached it. And here's all of our fun red lyrium.
The Red Templars have dug in here.
I'm certain King Alistair would appreciate having them removed from Ferelden's shores.
I would hate to disappoint the king. The yo-yo of death indeed, huh? Man, I missed this game. I missed playing this while I was taking my week break because of the heat. Did I break the red lyrium I was supposed to break with my mines initially? I think it was here, right? I think I broke that when I used my elemental mines. This is a cheeky little side path. Oh, hold on. I think that just walks us away from the landmark we have to hit anyway. Yeah, let me grab this. It is totally possible to cheese your way across this bridge. I'm not going to do it, but it is possible. Darwin's Mouth. Built into the cliffs of the Storm Coast, the port at Darwin's Mouth once connected the Dwarven Tigers to the Waking Sea. In addition to increasing trade between the dwarves and their allies in the Tevinter Imperium, direct access to the deep roads meant diplomats from Orzammar could visit the port without fear of losing their stone sense. The site thus became a popular meeting place for ambassadors of the two nations. When Darkspawn incursions forced the dwarves to retreat into Orzammar, the deep roads leading to Darwin's Mouth were sealed, and the port fell into disuse. At least, all reputable use of the port ceased. Bandits, smugglers, and pirates are known to use the various caves along the Storm Coast, including Darwin's Mouth itself, for their own gains. Makes sense. When somebody sets something up like this and just abandons it, of course, the ne'er-do-wells are going to move in and manipulate it and use it too, right? Which I guess in a way, what was it though? But Anne said it's better than just leaving it to die with Darkspawn paws all over it. I guess in a way it's better to have somebody use it at least. And I'm surprised that they get such success out of it, because if it's such a well-known fact that they do it here, then it should be relatively easy to shut down, you would imagine, right? Unless somebody's paying their bills to make it not so. He's stunned still. There we go. Enjoy. You. We got some infused red lyrium. My brain just like melted there for a second. It's actually still quite hot in here, so I probably won't record as much as I planned to today.
Red Templars were good men and women once.
Yeah.
A shame to see them corrupted beyond recognition.
It's their leader's fault. We blame all the knight captains for that. We might be able to learn something about them here actually with all this stuff. Unsigned journal. The red potion was bitter and burned my throat. It was nothing like the lyrium I know. There was a hum in my mind, a held note that seemed to course through my entire being. The power it brought was incredible. I felt as if I held all the world in my palm, and I could crush it with a thought. Is this what the Maker feels? I can think of nothing else but that power now. A taste of the limitless makes it impossible for a man to be content with the ordinary. Why be what I am, when I can be more? Well, it obviously serves a purpose for making you extraordinarily strong, because everybody that's ever gotten a taste of it ended up with a gigantic power boost, right? Even Knight Commander Meredith. She was going crazy when she got a taste of it. And she was able to turn statues to life and shoot beams out of her sword and stuff like that. Oh, we found the treasure room. That is a Red Templar behemoth right there. You can see what they become when they take too much. Let's finish looting all this stuff. Is that a statue of its leg on the books because they didn't want to stand it up? There's a marble cheese wheel there. The Dragon Age and Bioware and cheese wheels, man. There's always cheese wheels. Alright, so let's see how you hold up to my shenanigans. Yeah, the little crystals block your movement right there, which actually worked in my favor because it kept me close to just keep spamming leap and shot over and over again. Some of the debuffs they do end up helping you out a little. Yeah, that is that thing that's making all that noise. Don't shut up. It might have been a better idea to go the other path first, actually looking at all of this, because this is the way to the finish line. I'm actually going to cut back, and then we'll take care of the other stuff first. Yeah, it is definitely still way too hot in this room to be recording, even though the heat wave is kind of breaking now. It sucks too, because I can't have the fan on in my room to make it cooler, because then that'll ruin the audio. So I have to just suffer through this, which is why I haven't recorded. I can get this done though. Yeah, Elemental Mines goes hard when it all hits like it's meant to. Ooh, let's not miss this little side door. I'm interested in finding the Codex in here. Let's see if we can find out any more about what happened to them and why during the change. These games do a really good job of having random little bits of world building in places you explore like this, so that's why I think it's worth looking around when you come through stuff like this. They do usually have something for you somewhere. Yeah, Red Templar key required. We don't have the key for that yet. Let's see if we can find the Templar that has the key. Might be after we go kill the boss, that's just a faster way out instead of having to loop all the way back around. That would make sense, right? That's surface dwarves. We know all about how they become surface dwarves. Father's letter. This letter never reached its intended recipient. My dearest Fenela, how are you? How is your Aunt Caitlin? My dear girl would never give trouble, I hope. How are your studies? Perhaps you could read some of this letter to her, to show her how much you're learning. I am sorry to have been away for so long. I have a duty. Remember when Mother was very sick, and she asked you to fetch her water, and you did it because you loved her? It's like that. Sometimes we have to do difficult things, because they help other people that we love. The country is ill, and I have to try to make her better. Don't worry, I'm not alone here. And now we have special medicine that will make us stronger so we can fight better. It won't be long till all the mages are all gone and we're safe again. I will be home soon. All my love and prayers, Father. And that is obviously a Templar that thought he was doing things for the right reasons, but his goal and ambition there had been twisted. I thought he was saving his daughter by purging all the mages. Which, obviously that's not the right thing to do, but from a technical perspective, if you had an opinion of all the mages, it would resolve the whole blood mage demon thing, right? If mages just weren't there anymore, then you wouldn't have to worry about them killing your daughter. It's a good intention, twisted into bad ideals. What are we already gonna... We already took away the bulk of the Red Templars, right? And I'll be happy to steal the rest of them from Corypheus, whether with sword or with reason. At least we got most of the Templars of Therenfall Redoubt out alive. We killed the ones that weren't gonna join up with us, so... Alright, left or right? Let us do left. Yeah, this is the bridge that you can cheese over, actually. It's not the other one that I said. There is a way to totally wrap around all of this. But if you get the Red Templar key, that's the door the Templar key goes into. So you just come at it from behind. But you can cheese across that. I've done it before. It's like you go from there, and then you can get across to here. Or it might be on... No, yeah, it's definitely this side. I'm not going to try to do it, though, because it'll take forever. It is possible, though. I've done it multiple times. I get the leader of this place dead and gone. Up here first before I look around the other side. sometimes you can run into a problem where you don't get the Templar key, which if that happens, then I will happily go back and cheese that. But hopefully, one of these jungle fucks has it. Being funny again.
I believe we've broken the Templars' hold here.
This location offers easy access to the waking sea. Who knows what they might have accomplished had they been allowed to remain.
You Red Templar key yet? Did not look like it.
This boat still looks seaworthy.
That up real quick. Okay, so a little concerning that we don't actually have the Red Templar key, what we need for that doorway. I'm fairly sure you're supposed to just get it from killing one of the Templars in here. We look around and make sure it's not a random loot item somewhere or something. Yeah, like I said, that rowboat takes us to Dragoon. Man, am I gonna have to like cheese this? Am I gonna have to spend time hopping across that with leap and shot? Because it does take a while, because as soon as you hit the water, it's going to despawn you, so if you don't get it, like, frame perfect, it just ends up shooting you back. Yeah, we, are all out of Templars to kill, and I think I looted every single one, so... Yeah, there we go, I did it first time. But yeah, that's how you can cheese it with a rogue. If you have a mage with Fade Step, I think it's called, then you can just like shoot across here with that. But that's the way you do it without a mage. You just zip across like that. You can't make it here. You won't have the distance, but there's some rocks right there in the water, and that's what I landed on. It's the ones you can barely see. So the way that you get that key, I just double checked to make sure I wasn't going insane, is a Red Templar horror inside here is supposed to drop it, but obviously we killed all of them and they never dropped it. And I've run into that issue multiple times where I just had no way to finish doing that, so yeah, see, we don't have the Red Templar key. But we killed everybody in here, so alas. If you do end up having to get to that loot right there, the way that I had to do it, then you won't be able to get back across that gap. And so you gotta fast travel back out to the camp. So I'm gonna run back in real quick, and then we'll go to the rowboat. The irony of me finding the Red Templar key outside of the fort where we didn't fight anybody is the reason why it didn't drop, because the horror that I killed at some point, I guess its loot spawned out here instead of where it was supposed to spawn, so well, if you are having the issue that I had, make sure you check out there, I suppose. Alright, let's go kill ourselves another dragon. Give the nobles that are going to come check out the one dragon corpse something else to think about and discuss at the party. This one is a lightning dragon, I think, so I'll try to send it without using anything lightning resist. We'll just see how we get on with it. We should be okay. I'm very confident in my ability to DPS this thing. It's the cool little island we landed on. The one with the big dwarven statue that we could see. Yeah, see, the things that we fight are barely living 2 rotations, so... Obviously the big guy is going to take a little more than 2 rotations, but it shouldn't be that many.
Territory now.
We're also currently off in its children, Cassandra. Oh, this guy dropped me something. Probably just infused dragon blood, right? Oh, scales. Yeah, I'll take that. He's gonna be all the way at the peak of this place. Yeah, I mentioned it before on the Western Approach, but all this dragon fight stuff is like one of my favorite things about this game, hunting down all the different breeds of dragon. It is very cool to me. And they always drop cool, unique stuff too. We might not be using much of it so far, but the fact that it's unique loot is a cool little extra thing. Even if you're not going to use it, it's just cool to see what they'll drop you, right? Especially if it's your first time through. It's one of your guaranteed sources of purple loot items, so... There she is. You can see her down there in her arena, and we have not aggroed it, so we can save. Save us having to do a big chunky walk back. I'm gonna leave her there for a second and just check this coastline, see if there's any goodies. Might be like a magic thing for Solus or something down here. There is not, but we did manage to get to tier 2. And look how cool this thing is too. Like, I love that they all have unique patterns and designs and colors. Very cool. So the main plan here is going to be to burst it down before it starts peppering the floor with lightning, if we can. I don't remember if this one flies away or not, like its other guys do. Let's find out. This build is insane. Anytime you pop your ult, it's just instant death for everything. And that takes us to 4 out of 10 dragons, actually. We're doing pretty good. So we got In Peace Vigilance, a Wyvern Tooth Dagger, Superb Ring of Flanking, which if we were playing a Dagger Rogue, this would be spectacular. If you're playing a dual Dagger Rogue, this is great. It's very good. Go ahead and take all of that. And that is another Dragon Bites the Dust. I'm surprised that there isn't a landmark here somewhere, or something else. I guess the only reason they... no, there's Prophet's Laurel, so if you're looking for some high-tier herbs and things like that, you can get that. I don't recall what Serpent Stone is, if that's tier 2. I think it maybe is, I'm not sure. Yeah, I almost wish I could do something to make that stuff a little harder, because... The dragons are getting absolutely annihilated here. So what is your red lyrium in the Storm Coast? Or is that it? We got all of it here already. Circle in red. 10 out of 12. Okay, yeah, that is it for the Storm Coast. We have 2 nodes period to do for him before we complete his little personal side quest. What time are we sitting on? How long did that take us? It took us a little over half an hour. So we can probably just, at this point, go back to Skyhold and wrap up. See if we can chuck anything else into the war table. I like wrapping up with war table ops because it gives us plenty of time for all that stuff to complete in the background. I'm not sure when I will be recording my next episode. Probably when all this heat dies down. So that I can actually... function while I record. It's quite distracting. I'm sitting here sweating my ass off to record this, so I'll probably take another little break. Luckily, I'm really far ahead in recordings based on what you guys have seen versus what I have recorded, so I have enough episodes in backlog to keep everybody entertained. But it is gonna run me on a little bit of a tight schedule to make the release of Dawnwalker and the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake, because I'm going to put those on the channel, which is going to be cutting it a little bit close, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. Better than boiling to death trying to record in the heat. We got an Inquisition perk, so where were we? True Grit is 10% increase to all defenses. I think we'll take True Grit. We'll just get that done, and then I'm pretty sure that that is it for this. We could get the 5% bonus XP, but... and, you know, it's not really... I don't think the 5% XP would make that much of a world of difference for us. Secrets we are done with already. Connections. Silly clientele. I don't think we really need any of this. And then for the Inquisition... that is inventory capacity, which would be good. That'll give us an extra 15. And then... maybe the potion slot. So we'll probably go for Inquisition stuff going forward for a little while. Now, let's see how our party of nobility went over. Our able-bodied workmen have mounted the head in a conspicuous location. It's rather vulgar for my tastes, but the nobles find it endlessly entertaining, Josephine, and we get a superb amulet of willpower from that, which is pretty cool.
Someone's turning into a bit
you
of
are
a
probably
dragon hunter, I've heard.
yeah, you still have an hour left on that, so that's not going to do anybody any good. Since we don't have Liliana and all these quests were for Liliana, I'm just going to start sending people on random resource collections. Go get that. And then I suppose we'll send Josephine to go get us some minerals.
Let us begin.
And that's where I'll wrap this one on up. So thank you for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like and a comment on your way out, and I will see you all soon with more Dragon Age Inquisition. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Peace.